Listen, man, it's a lot of history in that stadium, and like Mr. Hunt said, his father was all about evolving, and these fans are loyal. They've been loyal since knee high, and whatever they do, that's 2031. How many years away is that? 5.
It'll be 37, man.
Yeah, I won't be playing then, man. I won't be playing then, man. I hope I have a seat somewhere in the suite or somewhere wherever they plan to build this thing at. But oh man, that's so far away, but so close, man. And whatever they do, wherever we play at for the next few years, now I'll be appreciative. But I have so much love for Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas. So wherever we play at.
So, do I really got to talk about this Chiefs game against the Titans? I guess, man. It's just a few things that I want to point out. First off, that was a miserable watching experience. Just miserable. And that's exactly how it was like watching the Chiefs from 2007 to 2012. I point those years out specifically because that is the worst time in Chiefs history, bar none, period. We had 2-14 years during that stretch. And we had 4-12 seasons, I think. 2007, we went 4-12, I think, in 07. 08, 2-14. 2009, 4-12, I believe. 2010, 10-6, went to the playoffs, got our ass whooped in the first round against the Ravens with Matt Castle. 2011, 7-9. I think we went 7-9 year. Damn near made the playoffs. That was the year we beat the Packers when they was undefeated. Romeo Cornell came on when Todd Haley got fired. Yeah. And then, of course, 2012, the ass just came out. The bottom fell out as we went 2-14. Andy Reid came the next year. That was the worst span of Chiefs football in history. And that is what you got a taste of without Patrick Mahomes and several other starters as the Chiefs got belt to ass put against the Tennessee Titans, the worst team in the National Football League. I never wanted to end the season faster. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm telling you this. I spoke about this, and I'm gonna continue to say it. The way that people view football in Kansas City, it is. I see it coming. I saw it with that one, with that game. People not about to sit here and watch this shit. They not. We're depending on Chris Oladokun. And look, I got love and respect for him. I do. He's an NFL quarterback. But after watching Patrick Mahomes for the past 9 years, it's hard to adjust to what we saw against the Tennessee Titans. And it's like they were playing like they were tanking. I get the sense that the Chiefs are like, forget it. We just finna get the highest draft pick that we could get. The season's already go to hell. Just Gardner Minshew tore his ACL allegedly. Well, now they're saying that he didn't tear his ACL, but he's going to be out. Just everything is just gone to hell this year. Gardner Minshew gets hurt on the second play of the game? Again, this happens to us again. That's just how this season has gone, and that's why I wanted to end quickly. But it was like the Chiefs are playing like they're tanking, but they still didn't play some of the younger guys, which I'm confused about because don't we want to see what we got in some of these guys? We have nothing to lose. We have nothing to lose. Gain all the yards you want. Get all the sacks you want. Whatever you want to do to the Chiefs, do it. We don't care. But damn it, let's get some experience for these guys, man. Who am I talking about specifically? Bashar Smith, Jalen Royals, and Jeffrey Bossa. We can't see any of them guys play. Like, why do we have to see Mike Edwards continue to play safety? Why is he in there? Why ain't Jaden Hicks getting more PT at that safety position? I don't get it, man. So it looks like the Chiefs are tanking. And with that being said, it's like, the biggest critique with the Chiefs is the roster is depleted. It's not deep. They have no depth. Okay, fine. We don't have no blue chip players. Okay, cool. We'll just get us a higher draft pick next year. So the Chiefs might be picking in the 10 to 12 range in the draft this year. We haven't been this low since Andy Reid got here, man, as far as the draft and having this high of a draft pick. So I seriously think, I don't think the Chiefs are playing, wink, wink, to lose necessarily, but with all of the starters that were not playing, and I think those guys were playing their best, whoever was in there for the Chiefs. But I just think that the Chiefs aren't necessarily trying their hardest to win these games from a strategic standpoint. Not from an effort standpoint at all from the players, but with the coaches and the front staff, I think they're saying, forget it. Let's just get as high a draft pick as possible right now. Let's take advantage of this. We have nothing to lose except, just getting a higher draft pick here. So I think the Chiefs done said, forget it. They're burning it down. If you look at this roster, there are so many players who are not going to be here next year. And the same needs to be said for the staff too. Because it looks like Matt Nagy could be in the mix to be the Titans' next head coach. And I would love it if the Chiefs had just left him there and just came back on the plane and came to Kansas City and just left Matt Nagy with Mike Borgonzi, who's the GM of the Titans, who's a former front office guy for the Chiefs. Just leave him there, bro. Because I don't think Matt Nagy is healthy for the Chiefs offense at all. A conversation came up about Eric Bieniemy.
The Bieniemy point is worth noting. It ain't really looked the same over there in Kansas City since he left. Maybe he's not a head coach, but he was somebody over there.
When you have a certain amount of success, I was talking to Scott Hansen from the NFL Red Zone, who's doing a feature piece on him, and I asked him, like, are you a great show guy? And immediately he goes to me, no. And it was like a kindred spirit, because I hate the people who say great show after every show. It's like, no, we gotta be more aware of our modifiers, our descriptors out here. Like, when it feels great, when you're grinding through something. I feel like the Kansas City Chiefs have been grinding through something for the last couple of years, right? And, it feels great, but you ain't got nobody to be like, hey, that ain't great enough. Like, I don't know if Matt Nagy's that guy. Right? Andy Reid, he's been coaching for so long that you can ask, if you put a bunch of people in the room and ask who's doing their job the best, how many hands going to go up before you think Andy Reid's can go up this last couple of years? So Eric Bieniemy and some of these other guys who ain't scared to make it a little uncomfortable, you need those cats, especially when it comes to, bumps in the road. Like, you don't need them when everybody flying high and you getting ready to pop champagne. But when ain't right and nobody is acting like it ain't right, like Chris Jones had to be explained to that they was out of playoff contention in the post game. Like, he said, we still got a fighting chance, and the reporter's like, hey, no.
My man.
This was it. This was it, player. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, certain dudes, professional discomfort is necessary.
I just think that people are in denial with Eric Bieniemy. I think people are in denial about the impact that he actually brings and how much the players actually love, admire, and respected. Most important one, respected Eric Bieniemy. Let's keep it real. Look at the coaching staff for the Chiefs. There are very few on that coaching staff who look like, walk like, and talk like Eric Bieniemy. Very few. And accountability, that seems to be a word that's floating around here lately. But it's big in this circumstance because that's what Eric Bieniemy did for everybody on the Chiefs. And maybe sometimes to his detriment. How many times we see him going back and forth with Patrick Mahomes on the sideline during the game? Some of y'all may not think it's healthy. I personally think it is. How many times we see him and Kelsey going back and arguing back and forth? Maybe it's because he's trying to keep people accountable. Maybe he's trying to hold a standard. Another set of eyes is always good, and that's been said with this offensive coordinator thing coming up this year is another set of eyes. Well, we had that with Eric Bieniemy. You notice the run game was better when he was here. Let me ask you this. Eric Bieniemy seems to be a man of supreme discipline, a man who could get some shit straight, somebody who you really need on your coaching staff. Do you think Jawan Taylor would have all of those penalties if Eric Bieniemy was on his coaching staff? I don't think so. Matt Nagy came out and said, what he said about Jawan Taylor about we didn't talk to him and he knows he needs to correct it. I guarantee you, dog, Eric Bieniemy would have gotten his ass, Jawan Taylor that is, and he wouldn't have had half the penalties that he had under Matt Nagy. Am I blaming Matt Nagy for Jawan Taylor's mistakes? No. What I am blaming Nagy for is the lack of discipline, the lack of accountability, and the lack of respect, I guess. To put it simple, I would think that Jawan Taylor will respect Eric Bieniemy way more than he would Matt Nagy. But I don't like the fact that people are downplaying his impact, Eric Bieniemy, that is, on first of all the players, and then maybe a little more importantly the scheme, because that's the biggest problem with the Chiefs right now. The offense is broken. I just think that respect is one of the biggest factors when it comes to an NFL locker room. You remember Larry Johnson calling out Todd Haley because he didn't respect him, because he hadn't played in the league. Mike McDaniel in Miami. You think his players, all of those guys, you think they respect him the way they would a Eric Bieniemy or the way they do an Andy Reid? No, they don't. They showing up late to meetings. You see Tua, you see what he doing. Come on, man. It's a certain type of caliber of person, of coach that you need in locker rooms. And I just think that EB fits what you need. So I don't know, man. I want this Christmas ass whooping to hurry up and go. I'm not looking forward to this game against the Broncos. They are pissed after losing to the Jaguars, and Sean Payton and them, they want to beat our ass. So Kansas City, I hope you're ready, because they still have everything to play for, including the first seed in the AFC. And all this shit talking and all this bragging and boasting we've been doing over the past several years, and we've been kicking the Broncos' ass. Y'all, get your receipts, because we're going to pay for it on Christmas Day.